This is Sean Luce from Journeys Worldwide. Today we're going to be talking to Josh Donahoe from Sunshine Coast Creative Tours and Sunshine Coast Craft Beer Tours. They're a local company that focus on small group or private tours, focusing on food and produce in the region. This includes the wineries, the distilleries, the coffee roasters, and the growing industry of craft beer breweries. We look forward to chatting to him. Thank you. Right, Josh, thanks very much for joining us. You're based down in Maroochydore and you run creative tours, and you also have another sub-company within that. And we're actually all dying to find out more about your company and all the tours that you do. I know I'm not based too far away, and it's going to have to be soon that we're going to have to actually get down there and participate. Sounds like you've got some amazing things going. Now you're operating primarily from Maroochydore. You pick people up anywhere in the region, is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, we do, the business is based in Maroochydore, but we do service Maroochydore, Sunshine Coast, Hinterland and Noosa, and our various tours have pickup points suitable to those. So we do have pickup points in Maroochydore and Mooloolaba for the majority of tours, and also Noosa start and finish for some of our other tours as well.
That sounds fantastic. And Josh, you're looking at focusing, a lot of your focus is farm to fork, as you put it, and local businesses. And you were just explaining to me earlier about you've got a lot of wineries, distilleries, etc. in the region. Can you share a bit more of that with us?
Yeah, sure. So our business is about 5 years old. We set up creative tours and events to really focus on that local produce and local stories. But very quickly after establishing that business, we went from one brewery to more and more and more. And 5 years in, we have 17 breweries here on the Sunshine Coast. So we created another business, Sunshine Coast Craft Beer Tours, to focus on that brewery, winery and distillery industry. We've got 4 distilleries here now. Yeah, and we really give people a behind the scenes experience where they get to meet the maker, learn some of the stories behind that beer or that wine and where it's come from, and really connect with the region through some of those drinks tours. Under creative tours, we run a bunch of farm to fork and foodie tours, which focus on some of the award-winning cheese we've had made in the region, but also the other local produce that's been grown here in our backyard. Everything from finger limes and berries and other producers that are making great things here as well. So those tours really focus still on that farm to fork experience, where they'll visit some of those farms, but finish with a lunch that incorporates the food from the farms we've just visited.
And you were saying that you're going quite a bit inland, so you're going all the way into the hinterland and all the way up into the Mary River Valley area, and so covering quite a wide range of area, and just very pretty area as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Sunshine Coast is a large region for those that aren't super familiar with it, but from Caloundra all the way up to Noosa and beyond, that is a fair stretch, and the hinterland is about 45 minutes inland from the coast, but again, another beautiful region that's quite unique. But it is great for growing local produce. It's almost a little bit tropical, but we've got these great beaches flanking us on one side on the coast, and then as soon as we get inland, we've got amazing food being grown. So yeah, we really like to encompass that whole area and tell as many of those local stories as we can.
That's great, and that you're supporting local. And you're also saying just now there's a lot of people even roasting coffee around now. You say there's quite a few coffee roasters, which I'm sure a lot of us really appreciate that as well.
I love good coffee, and we do. We have something like 20 plus small batch coffee roasters here on the coast, so it's a really growing scene too. And they've got great stories to tell. They're just as passionate in their roasting process as the brewers are in making beer, and the distillers are in distilling gin, and the farmers are with their produce. So again, I think it's another nice addition to the coast. And people from southern states that love a good coffee, don't worry, we've got good coffee here.
We'll probably start up a bit of another border war, no, but I think we're a bit safe that the borders are closed, but I reckon we've probably got better coffee than you do down in Melbourne, wouldn't you think?
Oh, it's a tough thing to say that, but we do get lots of travellers from Melbourne, and I know when they come here, they're really impressed with the coffee.
No, that's great. Great to hear. And so what is your most popular tours at the moment? What do you find is most people are coming up and booking?
I mean, it's been a strange year, as everyone would know, in tourism. We had a lot of local
Sure.
support, local people booking private groups and even custom tours. So we've got some set itineraries that visit a couple of wineries with lunch, or a couple of breweries and distilleries with lunch, or our sort of custom foodie tours. So we've really found some of those private tour options have been really popular, whether it's a couple who wants to do something a little bit more bespoke and have a real exclusive experience, we can definitely provide that. But probably something like the Hinterland tour, which takes us up to the small towns of Mullaney and Montville. It gets people off the coast. It shows them another part of the region. There's spectacular views, as well as great food and produce up there. And probably the same out of Noosa. We've got a Noosa Drinks tour, which heads out to some of the smaller towns, to a little winery that's tucked away, and a small distillery in the town of Pomona. So I think those tours that get people away from the beach, which, hey, people come here for the beach, and our beaches are awesome, but showing them what's just hidden inland, I think is really exciting and something they haven't experienced before.
Oh, that's great. And what is your sort of average length of tour then? What are you sort of picking up, what about so 8, 9 in the morning and dropping off back again so late afternoon, or how does it work?
Yeah, no, we've decided, well, we occasionally do those big full day tours as one-offs, but our regular tours usually start around 10 or 11 o'clock. It gives people time to enjoy the beach and have a coffee or have breakfast. And then we head off for the day, and we come back usually around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So it's not a half day tour, but it's not quite a full day tour, but we think it works well so they can still enjoy other things while they're here on the coast.
Oh, excellent. And what is the sort of numbers on your, if people are going to book into one of your set departures, what sort of numbers do you normally have maximum on a tour?
Yeah, usually maximum 10, and that suits our bus size, but I really think that suits the right kind of size to still keep it intimate. And if we are getting behind the scenes at one of the venues, or one of the farms, and one of the brewers or the producer really wants to talk to the group, it really keeps it intimate so they can really take as much from that. They can ask questions, they can get connected and get involved, and that really has the biggest impact, I think, as opposed to a bigger group where that message gets a little bit lost. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's nice. And then I suppose also with today's current awareness and social distancing and all the rest, and trying to keep sizes small, it's beneficial. Like, and as you were saying earlier, you can do bespoke stuff and stuff that's just for a couple, or as many as necessary, or as little as necessary, more precisely.
Yeah, and that's why I think we've seen that grow. And some people are comfortable sharing a bus in that smaller group of 10. Some people really just want to do their own thing. So there has been a huge growth in that. So we've made sure we've accommodated private options for much smaller groups.
No, that's excellent. And and you've seen a lot of new businesses coming up within the coastal region as well, in terms of, you say there's even some whiskies that might be on the market soon, that certainly caught my attention. And so there's a lot of development going on, which is fantastic.
Yeah, the Sunshine Coast is growing rapidly. I've been here 5 years from Sydney and seen a huge growth in the region. And that's not just construction, that's all these great businesses and industries that have grown within it. I mean, to have 17 breweries here in 5 years, I think that makes us the unofficial craft beer capital of Queensland. And it's not just these great venues and beer, it's also providing jobs locally. So we love supporting industries like that. We're probably a little bit blessed that we've been one of those industries that has benefited from the bigger industries setting up. But we do collaborate and work closely with all of those venues, support them where we can, try to give them opportunities to be part of tourism messages. We work really closely with local tourism and Tourism Queensland to promote that message here. And I think until recently, the Sunshine Coast was a hidden gem. I still think it's a little bit of a hidden gem, but maybe not quite as hidden as it was. And that's taken a while of trying to push that message of what's happening here. But yeah, like you said, the distilleries are the newest guys on the scene. And, it takes 2 years to put rum or whiskey in a barrel and wait for the final product. So that's a long-term investment for those guys. But I know they're doing it properly, and I know their plan is to have some great product in the market, which will get people coming up here for other reasons too.
Bit of a double-edged sword. We like to keep it as a secret and hidden place, but again, we like to have the business. So yeah, we'll
You
promote.
can't sell a secret. That's what my dad used to say. So you do have to promote it.
Yeah,
But look, I think we're accommodating travellers from different areas who may have gone overseas. They can't, and all of a sudden they've said, "Wow, Sunny Coast was just up the road, and we never went to visit." So hopefully that brings some repeat visitation. I think it will. I think people realise there is a lot to the Sunshine Coast, not just the beaches.
it's certainly a message that seems to be coming across again and again, and the more we seem to be putting it out there, is that most Australians had really no idea what was on their doorstep right here, and what was available to them. And now, not being able to travel internationally at all, they're being forced to look locally, and their eyes are really opening up. And certainly my eyes have been, opened up quite considerably since COVID has hit, and just seeing just the diversity and the beauty around us that is available.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We've taken some, I mean, personally, I've taken some local holidays to places like 1770 and Stanthorpe, places that are on my back doorstep that I hadn't been, and taking the opportunity to see what's right there has been pretty incredible. I know Aussies love to travel, so I know they're continuing to travel. They're just looking for new domestic destinations. There's some great new domestic routes opening up with airlines too, which I'm really excited about. Sunny Coast, people can get here now from Cairns and from Canberra.
Absolutely, yeah.
Alliance. And we flew up to Cairns not long ago on one of those flights. I think that's awesome to have that option of getting people here from different locations directly. I think that's going to be a great benefit for the region too.
It's fantastic. No, Josh, thanks very much for that. And yeah, hopefully we'll continue to increase and grow and diversify as well. It's been very good to see what's been happening. And good luck with all that. And hopefully we'll catch up with you sometime soon.
Great. Thanks very much for having us.
Okay. Thanks very much. We've been talking to Josh Donohoe from Sunshine Coast Creative Tours and Sunshine Coast Craft Beer Tours. We've been talking about the local tours that they do around the Sunshine Coast, focusing primarily on food produce, farm to fork, and the wineries, distilleries, coffee roasters, and the growing industry of craft beer breweries. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time.